Hey YouTube, it's Red Earth Thunder, and we're back with another one. Today we're going to go over a little bit of crate training and what that process looks like. We're going to be demonstrating that here with Rocky. If you haven't yet, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel below. Hit that notification bell, hitting the thumbs up. It helps the channel more than you know. Please leave your dog training questions below. I will answer them. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. So, the simplicity of what we're after is that you can get your dog to go into their crate, one, on command, and also to go in there and them not whine, cry, or scratch at the crate door or anything like that for 5 minutes, with you out in sight and with you out of sight. That seems like a very short time, but reaching that 5-minute goal, as some of you have already experienced that I'm sure that are watching this right now, can be very hard to achieve. And so I'm going to help walk you through how to get to that point. Typically speaking, once you can get to 5 minutes, you can go as long as you possibly need. So the command that I use for my dogs to go into their crate is go in. It can be anything that you want it to be. It's simply just words for them. Just don't make it some long, extravagant, multi-word thing. I know mine's is 2. It's very simple. Go in though. But some people say kennel up, some people say go home, some people say crate. Again, it's all just sounds to them. Doesn't matter. Whatever's more natural for you. So I will oftentimes, it depends on the dog. Some dogs will let you point and they will go in. Oftentimes in the beginning, if they are resistant, you will have to drop the treat at the back of the crate to get them to walk into it. For some dogs, you'll have to hold it because they'll be very hesitant to come in. But let me back up because I forgot that we actually have balance issues sometimes in life. So we're going to keep that. We're going to keep rolling. Life happens. And so you're going to see that sometimes your dog won't even go to the door at all. Maybe it's because of their past experience with the crate. For whatever reason, they have a fear of going into it. And so we have to meet them where they are. And so we're going to lure him and get him comfortable just getting to the door, wherever that process is. It may be 5 feet away. And so if I can get my dog to consistently get 5 feet to his crate door, awesome. And then the next step is getting him 4 feet and building up to where he's going and he's getting a treat right in front of the door. And then he's sticking his head in and getting a treat inside, just inside the door. And then where I'm pushing him further and further to where he's actually stepping all the way in. Now, once he steps all the way in, I am not worried about, he knows we're getting ready to work. He's getting a little anxious over here on us. Watch down, good boy. So once they go in, I'm going to let them come right back out. I'm going to tell them, good boy. Fairly calm. Keep in mind that your dog just overcame a huge fear by finally going into the crate. We don't want to create this crazy energy shift where we're like, oh my God, good boy. And now our dog's like, whoa, like, hey, like I'm not cool with all of that. So again, be conscious of that. We want to be as calm in everything that we do with our dogs as possible. And so getting them comfortable going in, they come out, good boy, they can have another treat. Now, once they consistently start going in, we're going to start having them go in, and we'll actually bring Rocky out and start showing what that process looks like. What you're going to see is he's not going to come out of the crate. The reason for that, and I will explain how we get to that process eventually as well, but everything, I want as much control as I possibly can have when it comes to my dogs. And so he's waiting to be released to come out. And so his release word is OKAY. I'm going to spell it out because if I say it, he's going to release. But I want you to see, and hopefully it doesn't make me look crazy on film, just what that looks like to an extreme degree. I'm going to say words that sound extremely similar, but are not that. Okay. That's my boy. Ose. Okay. Okay. Good boy. That's my boy, Rock. Yes. Go in. Good boy. That is the end goal of what everything will look like. Okay. But again, let me help show you how we got there. Down. Good boy. So, his door doesn't want to cooperate. Go in. Good boy. I'm going to let him come right out. But again, he's already been trained to not come out. But I'll let him come out. Good boy. Go in. Good boy. That's what's also going to help you as far as teaching the command, is you're always going to want to point and lure as you're teaching it. Because initially, you are luring and rewarding. The end goal is that I can step away and be further away, and I can just point and say go in, no matter where I'm standing at in the house. All of our dogs are at the point now where we can be in an entirely different room when we tell them to go in, and they will. So now he's here, and he's gotten comfortable consistently going in. I want to just tap this closed so it makes that noise, and I'm going to release him. Okay. Good boy. Because again, it's baby steps. That 5 minutes, it's a lot of work to get there, but it's super imperative that you meet your dog where they are and that you don't try to rush them to get there. Go in. Good boy. So now after I've done that several times, now I'm going to get him used to hearing it close. You're going to have different styles of crates. I'm not used to doing it from this angle. Some crates are going to close like this. Some crates are going to close like this. They are going to be a little different. But now I get him used to that sound. I'm only going to do it for a second. Okay, good boy. Everything about this crate is nothing but positive experiences. I'm never putting him in there for punishment. I'm never frustrated when he's in there. Everything is happy. I don't bother him when he's in there. I don't allow anybody else or anything else to bother him when he's in there. None of the other dogs can mess with anybody if they're in the crate and another one's out. That is their safe space. They are not allowed to be bothered. I can come over and I can pet them and I can love on them and stuff. But generally speaking, I'm going to leave my dog alone when he's in his crate. He should be able to know that when he's in there, he's happy and he's safe. They should also always have access to it. So this door is always open. If he wants to come in here and go and lay down, he can. And sometimes he often does. Anyways, back to getting to the 5 minutes so that your dog is comfortable and happy in their crate. So now I've gotten him to go in. And I have started the process of closing the door. Now we start adding time from here. So I'm going to start out with 5 seconds, typically speaking. I'll get to 5 seconds. I'm going to let him out. Okay, good boy. No. Good boy. So we're going to do that, and then I'm going to have him in there for 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 20 seconds. Usually when I get to about 20 seconds or so, I'll start increasing increments to about, I'll start increasing in about 10 to 15 second increments instead of 5 second increments. And again, you're going to have to meet your dog where they are. If they start to whine or if they start to scratch at the door, you've pushed them too far. But I'm not going to, here, down. Good boy. I'm not going to let them out because they have whined. So going. Good boy. If I'm waiting and I'm counting and I'm like, okay, I'm trying, oh, let me mention this too before I forget. Once you kind of get past 10 seconds or so, use a stopwatch on your phone on your phone or on your watch. Use a timing mechanism of some sort. There are some people, because of their background, that do amazing at keeping perfect track of time. Most of us will think it's been 5 minutes and it's been like literally 60 seconds. So make sure you're actually keeping an accurate time of where your dog is so that you can progress and move them forward. So he starts to whine. Even if he does it as I'm going to release him, I'm going to verbally correct that uh-oh or or the verbal corrections that I use. I tend to avoid no, that's a whole different subject. But I'm going to say uh-oh, I'm going to turn. Almost always, the moment I turn, the dog's they're going to hear the verbal correction, they're going to see that turn away. Body language is big with dogs, and they're going to be like, wait, what's happening? They're going to stop whining, scratching at the door, or whatever. I know he's at his breaking point. I'm not going to expect him to stay quiet. I'm going to go ahead and immediately let him out. So again, now once I get to about 30 seconds, or it's about a minute, you can start increasing to 30-second jumps and playing around with it, seeing where your dog is. You're gonna have some times where you see your dog gets in there and your dog completely relaxes like this, and maybe they've only been doing 30 seconds consistently. In that time frame, if they relax that much, you can push it a little more, and you can try 2 minutes or something. But just know that they're not there consistently yet. They relaxed in that moment. It allowed you to get a long period of time. But remember that micro successes are so much more important than a one-off macro big success. I want to make sure that we're getting a bunch of little successes with our dogs. That's what's going to build us and get that momentum forward that we're after. So we're going to do that until our dog lets us be in sight of them for 5 minutes and they aren't whining and they aren't barking or anything. Now once they are there, we're going to get them to go in, and we're going to start the exact same process of going out of sight. I'm going to go out of sight for a second and come right back to them, let them out, and release them. Out of sight for 5 seconds, let them out. And now I said that kind of fast. Every time you jump, so if I go from a second, I'm going to do a second, I'm going to do that 4 or 5 times. Once I jump to 5 seconds, I'm going to do that 4 or 5 times. And then I'm going to jump to the next 10-second increment until I can be out of sight of my dog for 5 minutes and they aren't whining, barking, scratching at the door, or anything of that nature. And again, generally speaking, once you get to that point, your dog is going to be fine in the crate. Now, if you have a puppy that is not old enough to hold it, you have to be conscious of their age. General rule of thumb, I have a whole potty training video you can find on my channel. But general rule of thumb is they go over about 1 hour per month of age. So it's not fair to expect a dog or a puppy to be in their crate and not whine if they've been in there for their length of time that they can hold it. Now at nighttime, because they're diurnal creatures like us, they typically will start holding it throughout the night fairly quickly, especially if you're crate training them. Usually within a month of being home, if you get them at 8 weeks old, they will start to hold it throughout the night. Prior to holding it throughout the night, you'll have to get up 2 or 3 times, give or take, and they'll let you know. They're going to whine. You want to make sure that the crate's properly sized. Most brand new crates come with a divider, and so you want the dog to just have enough space to stand up, turn around, and lay down. If they have access to the whole crate, they're just going to go to one end, use the bathroom, and come to the other end to lay down. It also gives them a bunch of room to get really amped up instead of actually settling down. It's supposed to be nice and cozy. We as humans want nice king-size beds to stretch out and be all comfortable and starfish and everything. Dogs are much more comfortable being nice and cozy. I want to make sure that I'm not forgetting anything for you all. I believe that covers crate training. If I missed anything, I'll make sure I do a follow-up video for you. But one more time, Rocky is way off camera now, and I'm going to show you from a distance what the end result looks like again. Rock, go in. Go in. Good boy. Good going. The treats, we're going to use them heavily when we're teaching this process. Eventually they go away though, and you get this. You don't have to treat them for the rest of their lives. The first year that you have them, you're going to use them fairly heavily. That's at least the way that I train. But you do want to eventually start to phase them out for certain behaviors. I hope that this helps you all get your puppies to the next level, and I will see you all on the next one.